Welcome back to Lumicore Labs. Day 9. Imagine you need to print the numbers from 1 to 100. Would you write 100 print statements? Of course not. Today we're learning loops, a way to tell Python. Do this thing multiple times. It's one of the most powerful tools in programming. By the end of this video, you'll be able to repeat any task as many times as you want with just a few lines of code. Let's get into it. Loops are everywhere in the real world. Your phone checks for new messages every few seconds. That's a loop. A playlist repeats songs. That's a loop. A game keeps running until you quit. That's a loop. Once you understand loops, you'll start seeing them everywhere. Python gives us two main types of loops. The for loop, great when you know exactly how many times to repeat something. And the while loop, great when you want to keep going until a condition changes. We'll learn both today, starting with for. Let's start with a simple for loop. The structure is for, then a variable name. I'm using I, then in, then range, 5, then a colon. Below it, an indented line that will run multiple times. Range 5 means give me the numbers 0 through 4. That's 5 numbers total. The loop runs 5 times, and each time, the variable I takes the next value from the range. Look at the output. I starts at 0, not 1. In programming, we almost always start counting from 0. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 iterations. The loop stops before reaching 5 because range 5 goes up to but not including 5. Loops aren't just for numbers. You can loop directly through a list. Instead of range, just put the name of your list. The loop variable, which I've named fruit, takes each item from the list one at a time. First it's apple, then banana, then cherry, then date. This is incredibly useful for processing collections of data. Notice I named the loop variable fruit. You can name it anything you want. I could have called it X or item, but calling it fruit makes the code read like English. For each fruit and fruits, print that you like it. Good variable names make your code self-documenting. See how each fruit gets its own line. The loop runs 4 times, once for each item in the list. You didn't need to know how many fruits were in the list. The loop figures that out automatically. That's the beauty of for item and list. It works with any list of any size. Now let's look at the while loop. It keeps running while a condition is true. I start with count equal to 1. The condition says while count less than or equal 5. Inside the loop, I print the count, and then I increment count by 1. Without that line, the condition would stay true forever, and the loop would never stop. That's called an infinite loop. That count plus equals 1 line is the heartbeat of this loop. Every time the loop runs, count increases by 1. Eventually it reaches 6. The condition count less than or equal 5 becomes false, and the loop stops. If you ever write a while loop and your program seems stuck, check that you haven't forgotten to update the condition variable. So when should you use for, and when should you use while? Use for when you know how many times to loop, like processing every item in a list or using range. Use while when you don't know exactly how many times, like waiting for a user to type quit or keeping a game running until the player loses. Sometimes you want to exit a loop early. The break keyword does exactly that. It immediately ends the loop, no matter what. Here's a password checker. The while true loop would run forever. While true is a common pattern in Python. It means keep looping until I explicitly tell you to stop. Without the break inside this loop, the program would ask for a password forever. The break is the emergency exit. When the user guesses the correct password, break kicks them out of the loop. Clean and useful. I'll test it. First attempt, wrong password. Second, wrong again. Third, the correct password, Python 123. The loop breaks immediately, and it tells me how many attempts it took. This is the foundation of login systems, game loops, and menu-driven programs. Let's build something fun and practical, a countdown timer. The import timeline gives us access to the sleep function. This function pauses the program for a specified number of seconds. Without it, the countdown would flash by instantly. All the numbers would appear at once. The user enters a number of seconds. Then a while loop counts down from that number to 0. Inside the loop, time.sleep 1 pauses the program for 1 second. That's what creates the countdown effect. Each iteration, we subtract 1 from seconds. When it reaches 0, the loop ends and we print time's up. Watch it in action. I'll set it for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time's up. This is an actual, useful timer you just built. You could use it for cooking, studying, or reminding yourself to take breaks. Notice how simple the code is. A while loop, a counter that decreases, and a sleep function. That's the beauty of loops. They turn repetitive tasks into a few clean lines. You're no longer writing code. You're controlling time. Day 9 is complete. You've unlocked the power of repetition. Loops are what make computers feel like magic, doing thousands of calculations in the blink of an eye. In the next video, it's practice day. You'll solve loop challenges that test everything you learned today. If you liked this video, hit the like button and subscribe to Lumicore Labs, and tell me in the comments, what's one thing you'd use a loop for in real life? See you on day 10.